We're here today in the kitchen.
Hello, everybody.
It's Thanksgiving week.
Lots of
Whee! My chicken's very happy because it's turkey week coming up, not chicken.
bonus isn't on him anymore.
Yeah,
Right.
he can hide in safety.
How are you? How's it going?
I'm pretty good. I think, it was weird. I went to go get the turkey today. I ordered it at Whole Foods, and it was like a ghost town everywhere because we're back on lockdown. And it was super quiet all over town. So
It's just, we had an outbreak at the Target. Okay, we can't do anything again. So, and the holidays are coming up. So I feel like what better thing to do tonight than make one of my favorite comfort foods.
Well, I ordered the turkey. This is the weird thing too. They're not doing the turkey table. You know how they always have that table where you can, I don't know if you do that, but I order my turkey there.
Right.
And when I'm going to pick it up and everything. And they're no longer having the turkey table. So you have to call some 800 number or go online. And I'm so specific with how I need the turkey butchered that I can't go online because there's no place to put that information in there.
Oh, geez.
And then on the phone, they're only taking orders for turkeys that you're picking up on the 19th, which is totally not what I'm doing. I need it Wednesday. And he went, "You mean like day after tomorrow?" I said, "Yes." He goes, "Oh, you can't order that on the phone." So I had to go over to Whole Foods and talk to the butcher. So just so you know, I'm very specific in how I want it butchered, as you might imagine.
And most people just pick up a thing at the store and don't think about the things you think about. That's why you're having your turkey special.
That's right. You have to be very specific because believe it or not, when you say to them, "I just want the legs, wings, and thighs removed," you have no idea the varieties of ways the turkey can then come to you if you're not specific.
Wow.
Don't touch the breast. Don't remove the back. Leave the giblets and everything with it. I want all of it. I just want the legs and thighs and wings removed.
Okay,
so you have to spell it all out.
I can't wait to do the special episode because I want to remember all this.
But anyway, the lady was very nice and she understood my specific instructions and I will pick it up.
Good.
Yeah.
So today we're doing Brussel sprouts. And I could only
Whoops, I didn't mean to make me bigger. I want to make you bigger. There.
Find one bag of organic Brussels sprouts. Now, see how small this little guy is?
Oh, it's puny, as we say.
I know. But the non-organic ones were, I kid you not, like
really
3 times this size. They look like aliens. But I think I'm just going to go with the organic ones for the show. And they're smaller, so they won't take as long to cook. And that's fine. I just, you know what? You have to go with your gut, right? You have to go with what you feel is right.
Yeah.
And I just felt like those other ones seemed like genetic monsters, and I didn't want to get them. That's all. And this was the last bag. And so this is probably like, God, for sure. I mean, this bag was only, let me see if it has the.
Where'd you get them?
I got it at Sprouts. Okay. Brussels Sprouts Choux de Bruxelles organic. This was 1 pound. Okay. 1 pound bag.
Okay.
And normally I probably get, if I was having a regular Thanksgiving feast for like 20 people, I would get.
You would have been mad. I know.
I get 4 pounds because this is it.
And in COVID, you don't want to be driving around at all these grocery stores.
Right?
No.
Right? And you're cutting them in half. So you're going to get twice as many bites because this is a thing that you cut in half. So the thing about these things, and I didn't know this, they are this is the right word, cruciferous vegetables. They're
Yeah.
broccoli. So
Yeah.
to me, for someone who's like so broccolied out and so cauliflowered out most of the time, they're just a welcome vegetable, and they get a bad rap.
I love them.
Especially if you grew up in the 70s, and I had a babysitter who just butchered these. All she did was boil them. It was hell. And so I hated them growing up. And then in the 80s, something happened with like Nouvelle Cuisine, where they just started roasting and glazing them, and it was like, yeah.
I still do like them steamed with butter and salt. But I really like Brussels sprouts, so there's that.
Well, I don't know what it is. I think most people who don't like them, it's like broccoli. You don't know how to prepare it well.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why you don't like them. If you had good ones, you'd like them. You know, and I just didn't have them growing up that were great until later, until like the teenage years.
Yeah, well, it's so funny, and it depends on how they're presented too. Like my mom got us to eat peas because she would put them in the saucepan, and she would cut iceberg lettuce in half and put the iceberg lettuce on top and steam the peas with the lettuce and say, "These are French peas. They're very exquisite," and we just loved it.
You're like, yay! Well, my mom made
Yay,
and we thought they were for Mickey Mouse. You know,
Yeah.
You'd believe what your mom says most of the time.
Yes and no, I do not put the limbs in the freezer. I will prepare them separately from the breast. That's why I had the turkey butchered that way.
We're talking about the turkey. I didn't know what you're talking about. Okay.
No, someone's asking a question. No, it's not going in my freezer.
If you want to know what I'm doing right now, what I'm doing is I've washed these and rinsed them. I've cut just like a little lettuce, you know, you take off the bottom part, right? And the core, and then you leave the little cabbage, right? And then I'm cutting it in half lengthwise because that's the part you want to get roasted. Okay. So, and I'm putting them in a bowl, and I'm almost done. I have 3 more left, and these are babies, so they're going to be so tender. I'm kind of excited. I have the small ones.
Yeah, there's something nice about the small ones too. I'm, you know, if they'd had more bags, you probably would have got more.
I would have, because I'll eat these like French fries, man. They're good, and they're so good for you. Okay, so then what happens is, see the little, you know, leaves fall off, and you can just throw those in the bowl because
they get crispy.
They're going to get crispy. So I'm kind of going through here, and I'm finding the leftover leaves that fell off, and I'm throwing them in. Okay. And what do I have in this bowl right now, you ask? There is about 5 strips of bacon. Now, normally I make this with pancetta and Coronaville. Everything's out at the market. They didn't even have brown sugar, okay? People around.
Well, see, this is the problem. We're on lockdown, and everyone bought everything because they're all freaked out about the lockdown again.
They went into freak out toilet paper mode, and it's like crazy. So I didn't get pancetta, but I got bacon, and that's fine. It's totally fine.
Yep.
So I just chunked it up about, you know, maybe 1-inch little pieces, about 5 strips. 4 cloves of minced garlic, and now these halved, beautiful little Brussels sprouts. Okay, that's it.
And so there's no oil in there. You're just going to use the bacon as the oil?
Not yet.
Oh.
Oil's coming.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to do something crazy and different tonight because you suggested it. Instead of small strips of like matchstick onion, I'm going to take this shallot that I had, and I'm going to do thin strips of shallot because Debriana has converted me into a crispy shallot person.
Yes. No, the bacon's not cooked, right?
It's raw. No, it's going to be roasted. Okay. It's going in the bowl. We're going to toss it, and then we're going to put it in a roasting pan to roast.
Okay.
It's so easy, you guys. This is the easiest recipe. You can make it ahead, and it's so divine. I mean, people just love it as side dish. Christmas dinner, Thanksgiving, any holiday, it'll work. People will be happy, and they'll be getting something of a vegetable. So I'm just putting these little
Oh, those beautiful slices. I love salad.
chocolate. I'm gonna stick those in there. Okay, I'm gonna fly you over actually to my
We're
stuff.
going on a trip, people.
But the only thing, see, all of this is really fast. This is just assemble, put it in a roasting, roast it. So, but you have to make the honey balsamic glaze first, and that takes like a half an hour. So I'm gonna fly you over to the stop.
Okay.
Tell you what I did because we're mid glaze right here, or maybe it's done. We'll see. So if you look here, look at my glaze. Do you see it?
Yeah, beautiful.
I'm gonna turn it down a little bit to more of a simmer. That was a little bit too hot, but wow, it has really gone down. I started off with almost 2 cups of balsamic and some honey. I did not do brown sugar, and you could just do balsamic plain if you want. I like to do it with the honey myself.
Yep.
Did like a quarter cup to a half cup of honey, and then you just want to get it reduced down to like half the amount, okay, and maybe even a little bit less, and it'll start to stick, like you always say, Debbie, on the back of a spoon. So
yeah,
taste it now. Oh my God, that tastes good. All right.
Oh.
So that is fabulous. And then once that turns into a glaze, you set it aside to cool, because that's what you're going to drizzle on after the roasting.
After they're cooked. Okay, yes, vegetable with fat carrying the flavor. No, the fat's carrying the flavor of the vegetable.
Listen, there are so many ways to do glazed things, okay? I have done it every single way you can possibly imagine. I have done this where you have the glaze being created in the roasting pan, okay? And you just put all the stuff in, put it all to roast, and then you're done, okay? You can do it that way. I like to do it this way because I want it to be crispy. I want these to be crispy, and then I want to drizzle the glaze as I see fit. You can do it in a frying pan. You can, saute these, get them crispy in the pan with like butter and oil, and then put the glaze in later, or and the bacon fat. It's so up to you. Experiment. It's fun. They all taste good. You can't go wrong with bacon, garlic, onion, salt, pepper.
I've added it for holiday time. I've added pecans or chestnuts to that same, and
too.
Or sprinkled pomegranate seeds on it to make it look festive. There's all kinds of ways, because then it's red and green, so pretty.
I bet you if I took that pomegranate syrup that you made, that I still have in the fridge, I was talking about the other day. I mean, I might even reduce that on something for Thanksgiving and make a reduction.
Yeah, I've done that. Used pomegranate molasses on the Brussel sprouts, and it's fabulous, which is basically what that is.
Yes. And what is balsamic exactly? A lot of people might want to know if you don't. It's like, what's the big deal with balsamic? Okay, well, it is a big deal because it's a different kind of Italian vinegar. Okay, here goes the matchstick shallots right in there. Okay, so I think I have, and I'll tell you about balsamic. Just hang on one second.
We're waiting with bated breath.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to eyeball this a little bit, so forgive me. This is probably going to be about, that was probably about a quarter cup of olive oil right there. I'm going to do, this is crazy. This goes with that comic that you commented on the page. A capful of Worcestershire sauce.
Well, okay, if you have the same size bottle.
And I'm going to do about probably a teaspoon. I know, don't get mad. Red pepper flakes. I know. I like different types of chili and a little tiny. That's a tiny kick right there. That's a tiny. I'll probably put more on afterwards if I wanted to. I'm going to do a tiny bit of Dijon mustard. I'm probably a little half teaspoon or so out of that. And then salt. Oh, how much? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Whatever that is. And then how many things of pepper? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's just do 10. Okay. All right. So we're gonna mix this. It's got the oil. You want it to be coated.
Well, and you don't have to use quite as much oil, I think, as you normally would, because there's bacon in there, and that's going to release the fat.
This is true. I forgot. Yep. But I want it to all be coated. I want it to be crispy. It's looking good. We got the shallots in there, and the bacon fat's going to make it
beautiful.
Good. Now, what you do with this roasting pan? I have coated it with Kerrygold butter.
Because there's a multitude of ways to add fat to your vegetables.
Oh,
fat number 3. Woo!
Any kind of vegetables good with this stuff on it. So I'm going to, get this. This is all separated. All the little shallot pieces are individual now, and the bacon. So all I'm going to do is just put it in the roasting pan, right? And I bet you're like this too, where I get to be a real stickler and I individually put my Brussels sprouts flat because I want them to be.
I have definitely done that.
Brown,
Yeah, flat side down so that side gets really brown and crispy.
Yeah, That's what you want. So that might take a little time right here, but it's a single layer, right?
If you're not obsessed, you don't have to.
If you're not OCD, but see, look, this is like the perfect. This worked out really well.
Yeah, that's the right size. That's the right amount for the pan.
Yeah, I eyeballed that at the grocery store. Okay.
Gorgeous.
Okay. Yeah. So it's so easy. I put the oven on 400 now. In my recipe cards in my crazy little box over there with my recipes, I would normally do 425, but these are a third the size of the giant ones. So I made it to 400. I'm going to, normally it would be like 20 minutes. I'm going to check these in 10 actually and see. Just test it. I don't know. Maybe it'll be the same amount. Maybe it won't be, but
you might want to just give them a stir. That's all.
Yeah, and you've got to toss them halfway through, right?
Yeah.
You've got, otherwise you don't want them to burn. Okay. So I'm just flipping them over so that the downside.
Because she's obsessed.
And that's it. You just roast them for. I'm going to check it 10, 15. Maybe it will be 20. I don't know. You just have to keep checking them. Toss them halfway. And then they're going to be these crispy deliciousness. And then you're going to glaze them with the balsamic and honey.
And you're going to be super happy. Now, see, for Thanksgiving, you can make the balsamic ahead and you can make this dish ahead. And then on the day, you assemble it all.
Yep. And you
reheat both things, and that's it.
Reheat it. It'll taste delicious. I mean, you can't go wrong, people. You can't go wrong with this. I have people, this is the thing that is always gone, always, when you have Thanksgiving or some kind of special dinner. No, I never have leftovers of it. So, all right, I almost have them all. I will take a picture of this, and that's it. That's pretty much it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. So Wednesday, just so you guys know, I'll be starting my 3-day turkey.
I cannot wait. I can't wait.
I started today by the ordering, and so we'll see how it goes. This is the first time I think in my life I will have ever cooked a turkey this small. I got a 10 to 12 pound turkey. I couldn't even find one. I walked down the aisle and all the turkeys were gigantic. I'm like, I just need a little turkey this year.
Who's gonna eat? Who's gonna have that many people? Really? I mean,
we're not. I mean, nobody is now, especially now. I'm like, I was considering maybe 3 people or maybe 4, at the beginning of the month, but not now.
Yeah.
Now it's too dangerous.
Yeah, everybody, please be safe out there. If you started your holiday shopping, please buy local. Please.
Yeah, buy local here. I'm going to put some text on the screen.
businesses are going under. Please, let's help them. Help them have a good December and November.
Okay, so everyone who's watching now, we have fairfight.com that helps the Democrats in the runoff race in Georgia. That's Stacey Abrams' group. Brownhousebox.com is Lisa's former student who started a business.
Austin, you're getting a lot of plugs, okay? I hope you're coming. Anyway.
And that it's how you can support Black-owned businesses and buy gifts. Pandemicoflove.com/partners is an organization that allows you to help people whose families have been affected by COVID. And last but not least, if you want to do postcards to voters in Georgia, postcards to swing states should have, I shouldn't say, it should be this week. They should have the ways that you can get involved in sending postcards out. Postcards really matter. So
they really do. I mean, as a former government worker,
yeah,
for a small portion of my life, I can't believe emails, postcards, and letters. They
really work. They work.
Into consideration.
So. Yep. So thank you everyone for hanging out with us. Are you having shows on preparing leftovers the week after Thanksgiving? We could, if I have anything left over.
Maybe turkey sandwiches. That would be a good episode.
We can definitely do turkey sandwiches. I definitely have a specific turkey sandwich way.
Me too. What was I going to say? Oh, congrats to the photo. Wow. So great.
Yeah. They're awesome. So check them out. The runners-up are posted, and we have a new banner.
Congratulations, Colleen. It was beautiful watermelon radishes, daikon. Gorgeous.
Yeah, really pretty. And all of the photos. It's always hard to pick the winner.
It really is. And everyone's getting so good. It's like
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Georgia, for flipping blue. We thank all the voters in Georgia. We just have one more thing to do. That's it, people. Focus.
Wear a mask. Stay safe.
Stay safe. Wear a mask.
Be careful out there. Okay.
Yeah, be out there. We're not the only state that's going into lockdown, so please be careful, everyone. Yes, follow us on the YouTube, and that'll help us.
I'll post this recipe.